Hello guys, you ever have that feeling where you just really gotta get something off your chest and confess something? Well, today's that day for me. I gotta really confess a few things. But don't get too excited, it's pertaining my bike Roxanne. Now that first one, it's pretty common, but I still gotta say it. I don't always check my bike when I go for a ride. And when I mean not always, I mean just about every single ride. Don't get me wrong, every 5,000 miles, I do an overall check on the whole entire bike, down to critical fasteners, placing all the fluids, checking the tires, the pads, for any leak, electronic components, and so on and so on. But otherwise, I check my tire pressure maybe twice a month. But yeah, that's about as far as it goes on checking my ride before I go out for a ride. My second confession is something also I am not the only one and far from it. But before I even begin, if there's any gear police out there watching this, y'all just give me a warning and keep on with your way. I wear minimal gear. Minimal as in my helmet and gloves. That's pretty much about it. Ideally, I'd also like to get some actual riding boots. But until that moment, it's just my red sneakers. And yeah, I'm fully aware of the risk I take. I'm taking that responsibility on myself. That's confession right there. Now, I'm not going to use Florida heat as my excuse, but...
You said but.
If I was living somewhere cooler, I'd probably be wearing my leather jacket when I ride. The third confession I have for y'all is I can't wheelie for shit. I've never even tried. I want to learn, but I don't want to drop this bike. Probably when I get a beater bike or a bike I don't mind dropping, I will learn. But otherwise, as a moto vlogger, I can't wheelie, man. Yeah, that confession hurts a little bit, but it feels good saying it out loud. Now, for the fourth confession I have as a motorcyclist, moto vlogger, whatever you want to call it. When I first started riding, I was really scared of cornering. Granted, it's been a few years now, but the way I got over this fear, because I was very aware that I had this fear of cornering when I first started, is I found some back roads out in Virginia where I was living, and they had a whole bunch of corners there and minimal traffic. So on my free time on weekends, I would go riding there, and I pretty much had a little loop that I rode, and I got just better and better and better with cornering. But yeah, if you have a fear of cornering, it's totally normal when you first start out riding. Just get on the bike, find some calm back roads, and just practice, because practice makes better. Between me and you, the fifth confession I have is I don't really like riding with new people. It makes me really nervous, even to this day. Some people go out to go have a reckless time and to find trouble.
Looking for trouble?
I personally ride to get away from my troubles. So you won't catch me going out of my way to try to ride with new folks because one, I don't know their riding style, and two, I'm not trying to get into any trouble. And three, communication. Some people just really, really suck at communicating. And this isn't just regarding motorcycles. So yeah, I know I risk the chance of, not meeting as many people as I could potentially meet, but I'm okay with that. Some of y'all is a little too crazy for me. Confession number 6. Now this is more of a story time confession, but when I had my CBR 1000, I did run from the cops once.
You a badass.
I almost put myself in a very, very dangerous situation.
Unfamiliar, dangerous situation, I might add.
Long story short, I saw the cops, so I ran. When I finally somehow got off the highway, and I was still, I didn't know that they had stopped, I kind of already escaped them at that point. I was still in panic mode. And I went to go run a red light to keep going because I wasn't going to wait out a red light. And when I went to run a red light, I didn't see this car, but it was very close to T-boning me. But last minute, I took the L and slammed on my brakes instead of keeping going, because the way I saw the math, I just saw that if they would have hit me. So I full-fisted slammed on my brakes, fell over the front of the motorcycle, and I got back up. Because the motorcycle fell, it wouldn't start right away. I pushed it to a gas station nearby, took off the license plate off of it, and ran. Motorcycle wasn't registered in my name for dumb reasons like that at that time. And I just took the plate off that I had off of another motorcycle, so the plate was still attached to me. Luckily, I did get my motorcycle back. I returned about 20 minutes later, got my motorcycle and left the scene. Everything was great. I will never advocate running from the cops, so you'll never hear that coming out of my mouth. I would never do that again because I could have got really hurt, and that was Very scary. That's not the life I want. Those aren't the thrills I'm trying to chase. You do what you want to do. That risk is on you. Confession number 7. I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. Most of us motorcyclists, we really like the intention that comes with riding a motorcycle. Now, some people get more than others, like sport bikers get it a lot, chicks get it a lot. Me being that I used to be a Harley mechanic, definitely got a lot of attention in that department. There was some hate. Some guys did not want a woman working on their bike. They did not trust a woman. That is a story for another day, another video. So y'all subscribe for more videos on that topic in the future. Whether you make motorcycle content or ride motorcycles, some sort of attention does come with it. And that's not why we do it. At least I would like to hope that's not why all of us do it. I don't do it for those reasons, but it's definitely a nice perk part of it. It's nice when people come and ask me about my bike, ask me how I got into riding. I like the attention I get from that, so I'm just being honest. Nothing wrong with it, but it is a confession. Now, for the 8th confession, I think many of y'all will understand, but I think I'm addicted to it.
It's like a drug to me.
I love riding motorcycles. I can't get enough of it. I want to do it more and more. I want to ride more and more motorcycles. I simply just can't get enough of this. The freedom, power between your legs, that you just have it in your hand like that. The wind, it's just the people you meet. All of it. It's just really fun, and I just want more and more and more of it. Those are my confessions. If you have any confessions you want to get off your chest, feel free to put them in the comments below. Subscribe for more motorcycle content in the future. I hope y'all stay positive and have a really good day, and y'all stay safe out there.